July the 1st marks the moment when stars including Tottenham striker Harry Kane and Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford, Paris Saint-Germain's Kylian Mbappe all get to take control, as they will have 12 months left on their contracts. In Europe's most major leagues, the contracts will run from July 1st to June 30th. There will be many top performers, including goalkeeper David De Gea, Roberto Firmino, Adrien Rabiot, and Marcus Thuram. They are all going to be free agents at the weekend without already having to agree to join another club.
Top names.
We are going to have a look at some of those top 5 of those players who are going to be free agents come the weekend. So Adrien Rabiot is currently at Juventus. Manchester United, they don't appear to have held a grudge towards Rabiot or his mum for previous ongoings, but they are keen to try once more to sign the French midfielder. He's said to be quite keen on the move. He wants to sample the Premier League. There's been a lot of people that have been linked to him over the years. What do you reckon about that move? Is that the type of player United should be looking at?
He's like a utility player in my mind. You know, like the type of James Milner player that you can fit pretty much anywhere in the midfield and he'll do quite a solid job. He's been linked with about 75 clubs for about 5 years, though. I will say that his name
even
pops
Tottenham
up.
were linked at one point.
His mother is a great agent because honestly, he pops up constantly. Like so,
doesn't get the move though.
He doesn't know. He doesn't. But I think it'd be a good move for them. It sort of reminds me of the Sabitzer type of move where they're just getting a player in to fill a gap in midfield. He'll play with Casemiro. He'll do a solid job for them. I think, yeah, it could affect them. He'd have a good influence on the team. So,
but is that what they need this window?
Let's have a think about who they've got going out. So they've got Scott McTominay going out. They've got Fred going out. That's the utility players. So I think Rabiot's a better quality of utility player to them too. I don't think particularly the terrible players. I just think he's better. So yeah, they're just upgrading what they already have essentially.
And essentially, if he is a free agent, then I mean, there's no transfer fee there. Just pay the wages.
It's also a player that Ten Hag must want as well. So if you've got a new manager in and he's got a system that he likes to play and he picks individual players, you've got to listen to him and give him the opportunity to sign the players. So for me, I think it'd be a good move for them.
I mean, it has been a quiet window so far, but I guess we're only really starting to get to the July 1st stage. We should see things start to pick up, especially for Manchester United. All right, moving on. Marcus Thuram of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Juventus, PSG, Chelsea, United and Inter Milan, they are all among the clubs, many clubs actually, that are linked with the French striker. AC Milan are the latest favourites to sign him. You're linked with the different Thuram, aren't you?
Yeah, we're linked with Kefren Thuram, who plays for Nice, who is a midfielder and he's brilliant. He's box to box. But this one, Marcus Thuram's been in Europe for the last few years and honestly, he's a good player. He's played for the French national side as well. He's got technical ability. A lot of the times with these sons of professionals who have done the great things in football, they don't usually live up to it.
High expectations.
Very high expectations. But you know what? The two Thuram brothers are actually a good footballer, and if I've got something to say about Marcus, he's probably the better one, to be quite honest with you. So whoever he goes to, he's going to make an impact in there, and you can tell how many clubs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6 clubs in for him. That tells you he's got quality to offer.
What can he offer to a team?
Technical dribbling, an outball, somebody to pass the ball to and run right through that defence. He's got an alright finish on him as well. He's a big lad. He can offer a lot to the team that plays him in the way he needs to be played, definitely. All
right, which one do you reckon is the best out of Juventus, PSG, Chelsea, United, Inter and AC?
I would say somebody like PSG should go in for him, right? He's a French lad. He'll be playing for a team that he definitely wants to play for in PSG. You might get the most out of him. It's time for you to do a rebuild with the likes of you getting rid of Messi and you want to get rid of Neymar and all that type of stuff. He's the type of lad I'd get in. He's going to have the hunger that you need to push you on into a different stage of PSG. I would get him if I was them. That's what I would say. All
right, well, another player that is linked with PSG is Wilfried Zaha of Crystal Palace. Not only PSG, he's also linked with a move away to Saudi Arabia. He has been touted as an option for them, but there is a Palace deal that is still on the table, a brand new deal. He's been at Palace a long time since coming back as well from that little United break. He's someone that's been linked to Arsenal, he's been linked to Tottenham, he's been linked all over the Premier League. So to see names like PSG and the Saudi League coming up, good move for him if he goes?
I feel bad for Zaha because his quality come through a little bit later in his career, and that's why he hasn't got the big move that he probably has deserved.
He did get the big move.
He did, but he had problems with the manager, didn't he? We all know what happened.
Yeah.
So I think he's just got to kick on now and make a decision. But does he want the money or does he want to become that ultimate Crystal Palace legend? I don't think, if I'm quite honest with you, if he went to PSG, that he'd be as successful as he would like to be. So in my mind, if I were you, lad, I'd just go to the Saudi League and just cash in. You're already a Crystal Palace legend. You're already a Premier League legend. Everyone's going to remember you, lad. Everyone knows what you're going to do. And to be honest with you, you're not going to win any trophies with Crystal Palace. So why not go and try and win one with Saudi Arabia?
Isn't there an argument that you could say that for every other club in the Premier League aside from Manchester City?
Yeah. Yes, there is, unfortunately. What do you think about him? Where do you think he would fit better?
I think he should stay in the Premier League. I still think, I know he's around 30 years old now, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I still think that there are clubs that he can absolutely do a job for. Obviously, I would say if he doesn't want to stay there, then I would say go to Saudi. I think the project at PSG is not really a project. They chop and change managers, too quickly all the time. I think they've had 3 managers in 2 years. They need a bit of stability. Do I think Wilfried Zaha and the PSG ultras will be excited by that signing? No. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, PSG fans out there, but I think that where PSG are at, I don't think that that's the best direction for Zaha.
Not a 30-year-old winger. He's sort of coming to the twilight of his career. He hasn't really achieved much in his career either. I don't think it would be the right move. If I were you, Will, lad, I'd be going to Saudi League and getting me money for it.
Okay, Kylian Mbappe to Madrid. This saga never seems to stop. Last summer, he got the keys to the kingdom at Paris Saint-Germain. Yet we saw just a few weeks ago, long before this deadline, actually, before he kind of got into that final year, he says he wants to go. So surely if you're PSG, just let him go now.
Yeah, you do, but it's painful to watch. Real Madrid, honestly, I don't know how they do it. It's not just money. They've just got this law to their club that's just like no other. They've got one of the best midfields I think I'm ever going to see, and then they're going to add to that one of the best strikers I've ever seen. That Real Madrid team has somehow managed to get the absolute most out of the team that they've got right now with Toni Kroos and Modric and Benzema, and still win Champions Leagues with them at like 35, 36, 37. It's madness. And now they're just doing another regen with players that are just going to be just as good probably. So to me and the rest of the world, that's pretty terrifying. I think you can agree.
Yeah, I can. Look, I absolutely love watching Real Madrid play. I think that, the signing of Bellingham was just brilliant.
Yeah.
And I really respect Luka Modric signing that contract extension yesterday or earlier today, and not cashing in to go to Saudi and saying, I still want to play in the most competitive type of stage with the Champions League. He wants to do that. Who's to say they can't win one more?
I know.
They probably will win one more. So yeah, all credit to him. But if they get Kylian Mbappe, it's brilliant for them, because you think about how long they had Karim Benzema. He's off now. They need to rebuild up front.
He perfectly fits Real Madrid.
With Bellingham in behind.
Yeah, and then Camavinga as well.
Goodness me.
And Valverde and that. And Tuchemeni. Oh my days, these players.
And don't forget, don't sleep on Kroos and Modric still. Exactly. Moussa Dembele of Lyon. It has been confirmed that he has been linked with half of the Premier League over and over again. He is going to be leaving Lyon after 5 seasons in Ligue 1. His stock is not quite as high as it once was. Just the 3 league goals last term. Did spend a lot of last campaign on the bench as well. But Everton and Fenerbahce are currently viewed as whereabouts his level is. There was a lot of promise for Moussa Dembele, wasn't there?
This is the Dortmund lad, isn't it? Yeah, I remember when he was coming up, and I was a little bit younger myself. He was like 13, and he was one of the best academy players I've ever seen. He was literally playing 2-3 years ahead because he was that bloody good. So to see him sort of linked with the lesser teams, I guess it's only fair, isn't it? You need to have your incremental developments, and if we look at players that did have this huge potential, look at Odegaard, for example. Odegaard went to Real Madrid too soon, and he sort of stifled his career as a result, and now he's picked it back up. He's wonderful to watch right now. He absolutely is. Arteta's got a lot out of him, but I do think, why not go to a team like Everton, go and be one of the best players in that team on a big stage in the Premier League, and then get your big move after that, lads.
They need a huge rebuild as well.
Yeah, Everton, I don't know what they do, but their club is a shambles. The money they've spent and the things they've done to be where they are right now, it just doesn't add up. It really doesn't.
Crazy.
However, Sean Dyche will sort them out.
And all right, just last one, Harry Kane. Obviously, this is constant. There is every season there is talk of Harry Kane leaving Tottenham. He will be heading into the final year of his contract from July the 1st. Manchester United are heavily linked with him. However, despite being heavily linked, it has actually cooled off a little bit in the last few weeks. Harry Kane, what do you think is going to happen?
I honestly think that boy's just going to stay at Tottenham. I think he loves it. I think he enjoys being the star man at Tottenham. As much as he wants to win a trophy, he's home. I think Tottenham is his home, and he enjoys being that guy, and because otherwise it would have happened. It would have happened right now. I think him not getting his move to City a few years ago was that ship sailing away. And maybe after he's not got a big massive price tag on him, he might go to somewhere else. But this season, again, Harry Kane, I just feel like you're going to stay, aren't you, lad? You're aren't you?
Well, I guess if you look at it, which ties into our final one, would be if Harry Kane does go to Manchester United, Marcus Rashford, would that pave the way for him as an exit?
No, Marcus Rashford can't go. He's the Man United talisman, and after the season he had last season, I think he absolutely deserves another contract to stay. And yeah, I can't see him moving on or anything like that, especially the age of Harry Kane. How old is he now? 30. 31? 30. So when he comes to Man United, he's going to be on his way out in the next 2-3 years anyway. Marcus Rashford, how old is he? 26, 27?
Not far off.
So, yeah, so there you go. So he's got longevity in him for a while.
Okay.
But it's just mad. How has no one bought Harry Kane? Because he's one of the best strikers in the world. Honestly, you're lucky, you know, Abby.
I know.
Honestly.
I know. I'm very lucky to have witnessed one of the greatest strikers in the world. Absolutely. And long may that continue with him at Tottenham. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Which one of these free agents would you sign? What do you think is going to happen with Kane, Rashford, Mbappe? Let us know your thoughts.